Part 4 of London in World War II for your GCSE History, Paper 1. Historic environment, we're looking at London during World War II. And it's very quick today. We're going to spend a bit of time looking at how London responded to the war in terms of what the government and royal family did, what happened to art and famous landmarks, and also the big Dig for Victory campaign that Londoners took to. So if we start with the royal family, you got King George VI and his wife Queen Elizabeth, and they decided to stay in London during the Blitz, during the bombing, and made public visits to areas hit in an effort to boost morale, to reassure the public and keep spirits up. The Queen famously remarking when Buckingham Palace was hit by bombs that it makes me feel that I can look the East End in the face. The government also stayed in London too. Winston Churchill, as you probably know if you've seen the film Darkest Hour, spent a lot of the war directing operations from the cabinet war rooms underneath Whitehall. Now, the government was also very keen to protect and look after famous art pieces and landmarks to prevent them being damaged from the bombing. So important pieces from galleries and museums were either stored underground or were moved elsewhere in the country. For example, famous paintings from the National Gallery were hidden in a quarry in Wales, and even statues, famous statues like Eros in Piccadilly Circus, was also removed and stored away. Museums remained open during the war. The government wanted to keep up morale and use museums for that reason, and also wanted a sense of normality, the famous sort of keep calm and carry on mentality, that Blitz spirit. And important buildings, obviously, that couldn't be moved, like St Paul's Cathedral. Special fire watchers were put near them, and they would alert the authorities if there was any potential damage from any attack. People across the country, and particularly in London, of course, were urged by posters and campaigns and leaflets to dig for victory. And this was an attempt to grow more food as shortages and rationing started to hurt stocks. So Londoners were persuaded to turn gardens into vegetable plots. Public spaces were changed into allotments. So parks like Hyde Park, Victoria Park, Kensington Gardens saw vegetables being grown on them. As you can see in the picture, even the moat at the Tower of London was used for this purpose. And of course, this was an effort really to get everybody to contribute towards the war effort, to make everybody feel as though they were doing their bit for their country. So a lot of it had practical benefits, such as an increase in food, but also psychological in trying to boost morale, keep spirits up, and giving everyone a sense of community about the war effort on the home front.